Al and DJ.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Feel for what those cars are like on older tires and lower on fuel.
And they didn't change a lot of tires on the number 77 Big Time Ford. We're riding along with you with the Scott brand on board. This is Chase Briscoe, the race leader, who said his car is really good on long runs.
And we do have our first yellow of the day coming out on lap 28 here at Michigan. A problem on the backstretch. And the 14 has had a problem. Looks like he had a issue on that left front. That is Dustin Knowles.
That is the interliner, right?
Yeah.
Left front went kaboom.
Tire
on the
problem.
14 of Dustin Knowles. Not a lot of track time for Dustin. Got here this morning working on this brand new race car.
From Moody, Alabama is Dustin Knowles.
Johnny Richardson and the boys hard at work. I asked Danny how the car was. He said, pretty decent. Matt's pretty happy.
Here's a look at Krzyzewski. He drops down to about the middle of the track. Something, and we've got a problem. Myatt Snyder in the wall, and he has made hard contact. The right side of that Louisiana hot sauce Ford is really damaged, and he was running in 9th position, had worked his way from the back of the field. Boy, what a disappointing day today for this young man. He went to the Toledo Speedway in his first ever career start, led the most laps at Pocono, and now for the second time today, he is in the wall here at Michigan.
Travis Braden's on the inside. Braden moves up a little bit. No, nothing to do with that whatsoever. He just got off the gas or something crazy happened where he had to adjust the steering in that car. That's not the place to do it on corner exit.
Sheldon Creed did a nice job of missing this, and right after Snyder got into the wall, the number 19 of David Sear from La Jolla, California, looks like he may have gone up in smoke. There goes the Big Time Ford of Chase Briscoe. He's going to take a spot away from Kyle Benjamin. He goes from 4th into 3rd position as they come down the front straightaway. We are inside of 10 laps to go today here in the Michigan 200.
Just another reason why to root on this kid from Mitchell, Indiana. Chase Briscoe in contention once again late in the race. Last week at Pocono had that alternator wire issue preventing a top 10 finish, or top 5 finish, excuse me. He's only had one hiccup other than that, and that's when he had a bad pit stop at Salem Speedway to really rob the victory of that young man. So as he's racing here, it just seems to be this kid's talent is matching the preparation, and Cunningham Motorsports not working outside of both cars here. Now it's split in the middle down the front stretch.
Wow, some really good stuff there from the 77 as he's going to go by Shane Lee in the Lee Boy car. That is a Toyota also. And Jim, guess what? We talked about 7 different winners coming into today. It's going to be 8, I can guarantee it.
Boy, I don't know the way we're looking at this stuff. It's playing out. Kyle Weatherman's leading this race by 5.72 seconds. It was 10 at one point, but Brandon Jones has cut into that lead. Either one of those drivers will take a victory. Brandon actually won 2 ARCA races a couple years ago in his very first start and second start.
I know, but I'm talking about 2016. We've had 7 races, 7 different winners, and I guarantee you we'll have 8. Here's a look at our General Tire race summary so far. 6 lead changes today. Only 2 cautions for 12 laps. We had the number 14 had a tire problem early on. That was at lap 30, and then Myatt Snyder in the number 22 Louisiana hot sauce car crashed in the corner. 2 cautions today at Michigan, and we've got about 6 laps to go.
I like how you do your math, Ray. I looked at the rundown here on our scoring monitors. None of the top 10 drivers have won an ARCA race this year. Right. So that's a good choice on your part. But this Weatherman kid, Matt, I tell you what, he's really coming strong.
He's done an impressive job behind the wheel of the race car. And then when you look at what he's done today, trying to inch that 58 closer to victory lane, they, at this point, they're within a 2-lap window of either making it or running it out of fuel. They don't know how much fuel he has saved at this point. Pins and needles, they're rolling the dice. They're going to try to go the distance.
They're one of the last teams to lead the garage as well. That's Sam Schramm, the crew chief, talking things over, wants to make sure that team has it right. Kyle Weatherman very involved mechanically on this car as well.
He said, how much fuel did you get in there?
Tell me to my face. Let me look into your eyes. You telling me the goods? Are we good?
You know, we talked about Briscoe. You know, they couldn't gamble as the point leader. But remember, Weatherman came in here 4th in points. So obviously they want to get the win. But with Hessard and the number 6 of Josh Williams having problems today. Boy, I don't know. That's a tough call. Do you stay out and go for it?
Cal's got a pair of top 3 finishes of this season, but he struggled at Pocono last week, so this will be a big rebound for that team. Risk is in capital letters for this team. They are breathing on occasion. You see Sam with a big inhale. Who knows when he'll exhale here on the pit box.
I'll tell you, these crew chiefs have to make those calls. And now it sounds...
You hear it? I heard it going by.
Matt, what's going on?
He was wiggling it, trying to get as much fuel to the pickup. It is out of fuel. The 58 of Kyle Weatherman, they rolled the dice. It's not going to work for them today. They've lost the lead and the race with 4 laps to go.
And obviously that never happens when you're coming out of turn number 3 with a shot to roll to the pits. They just came by the start-finish line when they ran out. Weatherman may not even make it back to the pit area, and that could pull out a caution here. We'll see if he's able to keep that car rolling. But Brandon Jones, right now, trying to close the gap, and actually he becomes our leader as Weatherman runs out of fuel.
We talked about strategy and how depth and the benefits play for Brandon Jones. You just saw Mike Hillman Jr. there, his crew chief for the NASCAR Xfinity Series, helping this team just really do everything they could. He was actually under the car yesterday, under the hood, looking things over, making sure Brandon had what he could do to prepare here for this race. Hillman Racing involved in this effort with Lauren Renier and MDM.
Boy, again, the tough call. Do you go for the victory or do you try to have a nice, steady points day? They rolled the dice from Lyra Motorsports, and it appears that Weatherman will make it back on pit road, but he's got a long way to go to get his box, and this race is probably going to be over by the time they get that thing fueled and back onto the racetrack. So he's going to give up the lead and finish somewhere probably back around 17th.
And to further Brandon Jones' lead here, is now 6 seconds over our point leader, Chase Briscoe. I want to point out the fact that Brandon came to this team saying, I want to run some ARCA races. I want to get some experience. Richard Childress Racing won a championship here just a few years ago with Ty Dillon, but they sold that equipment. They're out of the ARCA Racing Series altogether. So he looked around and said, Marty Lindley, Mark McFarland going over to that team. I know what they do on the race cars. I want to work with that team.
So Brandon Jones now with the white flag out here at Michigan. He's a 2-time winner in the ARCA Racing Series, and right now all he's got to do is ease it around. A 6-second differential between him and Chase Briscoe. This one should be in the bag for the driver of the Valvoline Chevrolet.
Yogi Berra's phrase, it's never over till it's over. We thought Kyle Weatherman had the strategy to win this race. Yeah, Jones has the speed now to turn 3 and 4.
Weatherman gambled today. It did not pay off, and he ran out of fuel. But Brandon Jones had plenty. From Atlanta, Georgia, your winner today here in Michigan is Brandon Jones in car number 8.
Great run by Brandon Jones. Had a fast car, improved it with little changes all weekend. Point leader, Chase Briscoe comes home P2.
Picks up his 3rd win, and we'll hear from him when we come back to the Michigan International Speedway. Absolutely perfect fuel strategy today for the number 8. That is Brandon Jones driving the Menards and Valvoline Chevrolet. And for the 3rd time in his career, he is a winner in the ARCA Racing Series presented by Menards. Mike Hillman Jr. celebrating with the crew down there, and they will go to victory lane. We got to hear from the guy who finished 2nd first. He's standing by with Matt Yoakum.
A lot to digest from the stay here at the Michigan International Speedway for Chase Briscoe. So what do you take away most? You had a fantastic run, but also the guys you're battling with in the points, they didn't have as great a day as you did.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a great overall points day. Obviously, you want to win, and just can't thank Briggs Cunningham big time enough. Last year I was just volunteering my time and coming and helping him at the shop, and we're leading the points and, running good, so it always makes it nice. And just luckily the General Tires held on good that grip all day, but yeah, definitely want to win one, that's for sure.
Very close for the 77. Now let's go to Heather DeBow.
Brandon Jones picking up a win number.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.